Hello guys and welcome to a live best of three here guys. This game will be live replayed with the small 4-minute delay so no one else watching can give the other person information. So in the blue on the south side of the map, I believe it is the south side of the map from where we're looking, we have Brom playing as the blue USF with a doctrine choice of mechanized company, airborne company, and armor company. So we'll see which one he picks. On the north side in the map has a very nice purple OKW player with the nice little heart symbol there. We have Freddie with his doctrine choices of elite armor, Luftwaffe ground forces doctrine, and scavenge doctrine, and we're playing on the 2v2 map, which is also 1v1 map, crossing in the woods with the 3 points. One on the marshes to the left, one on the marshes to the right, and the one on the centre bridge. So if we have a look at basic army compensations, we have the rear echelon going into 2 riflemen, and the Volksgrenadier, then the Kubel, or the Kubel then the Volksgrenadier by the look of it. So we are live, and I am a little bit behind because I was a little bit we had some problems with my OBS software, but now it should be fully operational. We have the we have some barbed wire going on to stop the heavy cover here, which is it's an okay position. I don't see many people using this, but if in case you use it, he's thinking ahead. This would be a better one to do, and this over here would be a good one to do also. Barbed wiring here, which is a strange choice of barbed wiring in my opinion here. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think that was in yellow cover. I don't know. This would have been a good one. Going for the Kubel cutoff is going to be a very nice cutoff. Going to stop Brom's early fuel lead. They're dead in its tracks. And as we look at that complete difference. That was a great little cutoff with the Kubel, and the Kubel's going to go out there with only taking the occasional rifle shots that didn't pierce its armor. If any of you have watched the new patch notes have come out, and it's going to be very intriguing. I'll do a video on that at a later date, but it looks like there's going to be some nice buffs and debuffs for a lot of factions, so it's going to be very interesting. Kubel getting some nice killing power there on the rifleman. Volksgrenadier is going to try and do a close range combat. It's not going to work very well against these riflemen. The Kubel involved in a secondary Volksgrenadier could prove very fruitful. The fuel is very secure over here, but it could do to capture this point over here. Very good play by Freddie there, getting the early game advantage. I believe Freddie did get to pick faction first, or Brom. I'll check after this due to the brackets. This Kubel wagon is a bit iffy against rear echelon. It won't do very well because the quick firing and the armor penetration is not going to be very good. This Volksgrenadier needs to get the hell out of there. Good heavy cover here for the Volksgrenadiers, but this unit needs to retreat quickly. Capturing the enemy munitions with his Stern Pioneer is a very good choice here. It's just going to deny him it's going to deny him more. It's going to deny him more than his opponent. This Volksgrenadier is going to get a flank, but it did a decent amount of damage. So we've now got 3 Volksgrenadiers, a Stern Pioneer, a Kubelwagen versus 3 Riflemen, a rear echelon. I believe Yep, he's upgrading for a lieutenant, so I'm guessing an early game utility car. However, he might not want to go for that, considering the Lukes may be on the field very soon. Volksgrenadier here, possible wipe here for Freddie, but nope, he doesn't get it. However, he needs to turn his attention to his rifleman, which could kill him. But the Volksgrenadiers are just too good of a health, and I think they'll win that engagement pretty nicely there. He doesn't have an ambulance up yet, so he can't heal his troops, so it's going to be a bit iffy. He is going to try and capture this point here in the centre. But points-wise, victory points-wise, Brom does have the advantage. However, I do believe that the Stern Pioneers will capture this point soon. I think Freddie's utilising a what's the word? He's utilising an early resource game over the points game, because at the end of the day, it's resources that win games, not points overall. Mid to late game is when you need to start focusing mainly for points. Early game is your fuel intake, and as you see, he's stopped the enemy from getting. He's cut his enemy for the fuel once. He's cut off the enemy munitions, and on top of this, he's now getting a double cap on the side, so his points are going to get back up, and his armor is just generally better. He has gone for a battle group headquarters actually, which is quite interesting. So we know he's not going into a Luke's rush, so that utility car that he'll probably bring out, that the American will probably bring out, is going to be very good here. He's going to try and get a cut off, but I doubt he'll be able to get it. So he's probably just going to go around and link up with this Volksgrenadier squad and capture this point here. He's very persistent at wanting to capture this munitions point, which is very good. However, he's not careful. He's going to end up in a very dodgy encirclement, and he needs to get the hell out of there. Lucky a anti-tank grenade, rifle grenade was not thrown. Rifle grenade, an anti-tank rifle. Oh, it was an anti-tank rifle grenade. Wasn't thrown from the American troops. Would have killed this, and this Kublai is still in a very precarious situation. And we have the first wipe, but it's not dead. It can be healed, fixed, but he is going to finish it off just to be on the safe side. He has got a utility car going. The Kettenwerfer is coming up on the field because he's seen the lieutenant, so he knows the utility car is not too far behind. Very good strategy on Freddie's part for preempting what the American meta is, and that's usually a lieutenant going into a utility car or captain going into Stuart. So he's now gone for the lieutenant, so the only one he has to worry about is that utility car. However, so it's not massive heavy armor, and I bet he's regretting not going the Lukes right now. However, all the riflemen are 1-star, so they do have rifle grenades. But the Volkswagen seem to be having a pain in the arse of dealing with this. I believe he is going for the field medics. I would personally get an MG34 on the field. Should hold down one of these points very nicely. Good incendiary grenade from an STG upgrades are being popped. However, it looks like the Americans are now doing a better job at holding some really good. Sorry, I just got a message then. We have a utility car planting the dangerous M6 anti-tank mines. They don't do anything early game, but late game, if these things aren't discovered, because there isn't a Stern Pioneer with a minesweeper, it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. Saying that though, the utility car is good, but this, if he wanted to go into the half track, he could happily do it with ease. It has a very good pinning motion, but it looks like Brom is actually doing really well now. And has even gone for the cutoff and has taken over the entirety of the field right now, which is very scary. Freddie needs to do some work on this right now. All the American players just going to get the better of him for the entirety of the game, the resources, and with this utility car just roaming around the field on this spooky Halloween's night, it's going to be a very interesting and precarious game so far. The cutoff has been re-established. However, the utility car is not going to let that slide so easily. The Kettenwerfer is being pushed into position, so that utility car is going to struggle. Volkswagen captured on the left side. Only a rear echelon guard on this point. Did some good destroying the sandbags there. So he can capture this side easily enough. However, he is going to use the fuel on this side, so he's got to be careful. Stern Pioneer coming back into the mix, but it looks like it does look like the American is getting the advantage at this moment in time. No doctrine has been picked, which is quite interesting. So both players are leaving their doctrine picks for later games. Just having a drink. So it seems the American seems to be just winning most of his engagements. The utility car is going to heal on the point as well, so he's going to be able to capture his point. However, the Wehrmacht, so the OKW is pushing back, has got a minesweeper, so he is going to find this mine if he goes anywhere further forward. I did not mean to turn that off, set the taskbar back on. The Stern Pioneers need to turn off the minesweeper and get onto the full 4-man squad to deal with this, but he's not. He needs to do that right now, or he's not going to win this. He would have won this engagement if he switched off the minesweepers, and now he needs to get out of there, or he's going to lose the squad, and he's going to lose the Stern Pioneer. He's going to lose it. He's running through negative cover, and he's got another 3-man rifleman squad, and the Stern Pioneer was wiped. So that's the second wipe of the game against the OKW again. It's a that is a horrendous loss for the OKW. Stern Pioneer this early on is really going to hamper him. It's also cost him the munitions it costs as well. He is bringing an MG34 up. It's going to help against those American rifles. However, he has lost a lot, and by the early game, he's losing the early game very heavily. He's getting this decap. I believe I don't know why he's going for this point. Over this point, I really don't. He needs to get this fuel back up. He has defended the cutoff well, so the American can't get the cutoff as well. He is pushing though, and he is going to be taking the enemy munitions. A bit of a slap in the face, considering what Freddie was doing to him on the early game, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. So we're about 10 minutes in almost, and as we see, no armor on the field such as yet. We have a utility car, which is light armor, but no decent armor on the field yet. No Stuart, no P4, no Lukes, no half-track, nothing of any massive deadliness. The utility car is a nice little bonus, but it's not exactly deadly. Like, it can a couple of fouls and that thing's down for the count. However, we have a lot of riflemen just about to circle this poor Poor one-star Volks Grenadier here, so we need to keep an eye on that. However, they are going a decent push in the centre. MG34 is going to be able to hold that very nicely. Volks Grenadiers holding the flank point. However, this Volks Grenadier is not going to win this engagement. I would cap the point, get in the building and try and hold on as long as possible. But this utility car's turret is just, oh my word, it's just an absolute beast. This thing is a beast. And it's going to happily just so we get the unit out of there. So we'll get back the taskbar back up and have a look in the centre. So we have a decent Volks Grenadier engagement over here. He can't use this heavy cover, so he's going to go in the building. It's a good choice. Probably will win against that unit there. Another Volks Grenadier going down the centre. However, there's a rifleman waiting in heavy cover for you. It's not going to be very good. Saying the rifleman didn't connect many shots, and an incendiary grenade in there will probably help the engagement swing more towards the Volks Grenadiers section here. But the utility coming in is going to cause a bit of a problem. This squad's not going to do well on its own. He's going in for a cheeky Faust by the look of it, but the utility car should be able to get out of there. However, I believe he's caught a glimpse of the fallback point with the ambulance there, so that's a bit of a problem. MG34 knows it's in a bit of a precarious situation. Just going to get out of there and reset up across the bridge. The Kent Ref could go into camouflage mode, which would be better. Volks Grenadiers have reconnected the southern fuel point back up, which is very good for him. And 2 points have been taken. So it's fluctuated, but it seems the American does have the advantage for points right now. But the Freddie has re-established his control of the map a little bit, and is going to be able to hold off the Americans at this moment in time. With that MG34 is really going to help. However, this utility car is going to come through the side, by the look of it. The MG34 is not stupid. He's going to reposition back up on this area here, which he's doing. The Kent Ref is going to be spotted and needs to be turned around instantly. This utility car needs to get out of there, which it does. He is microing elsewhere on this side here, which it looks like he pushed very nice here. He's rushed a mechanized, so we've got battle group mechanized, so we have got a Lukes on the field with a very nice camouflage there, so that's going to really hurt the American. But I believe, and the utility car has gone down to the Rekenwerfer artillery commander. Is that major artillery? Yeah, the major's on the field, so it looks like the Americans are going to call in some armor before the calling some decent armor before the LKW player. Brom has now just selected that he's going for. He is now going for the airborne company because he doesn't want to go to the captain to drop down the anti-tank gun, which is very good. Which is very good here. So he's dropping down that, and he's also going to call in I don't know, what is this? A recon? Oh, he's going to call in a major recon in as well. However, with the AT gun taken by the rear echelon, this Lukes is going to be in a precarious situation if it doesn't watch. This Lukes could go for a flanking motion, but there is rifle grenades in the area, so it's a very silly move to make. Very nice shot from the American AT gun, a very good AT gun, very good range. However, by doing this with the Lukes, he is going to get a nice little lead right now, and he's going to be able to hold these points pretty nicely by the look of it. Good strategic points here. He's going to third Volks Grenadier over to this side. However, this squad is going to have to pull back, but this squad's going to hold out pretty nicely until reinforcements arrive. Double munitions is being captured, and it looks like the OKW player has stabilised his fluctuating lines. Killing the utility was a nice little wipe that he needed to get back on the American. M4 coming out. I believe it's an M4, sorry. Is it? Not an M4, just a basic Sherman is coming out, which is going to help the American regain the initiative. Especially with the 50 cal on the field now being dropped. I believe was that a drop or it was a if it was a drop, I'm not sure. I didn't see the plane come over here. This Volks Grenadier is going to retreat because it's going to get surrounded, and the M50 is going to, not the M50, the 50 cal is going to do a lot of damage to that thing. Lukes is going to get healed very soon by the Sturm Pioneers, and a nice little play coming over here. A possible wipe for this rifleman squad if he's not watching, but no, Brom's on his good micro today, and he's going to get out of there. Center is being decapped with the few munitions point being recaptured on the American side, and with that Sherman just about to be popped on the field, the American army size is looking more precarious than the OKWs. However, the Rekenwerfer on the field, not knowing where it is at all times, is a very good bonus for the OKW, with Faust everywhere on this map being able. So that M4, the Sherman is a good tank, but the M4A3 is a good little tank, but it's going to get started. It's going to get Fausted right now here. He has loaded the arm. He has taken off armor piercing, so that's going to do a lot more damage versus the infantry. Is what he wanted to do. Possible wipe of this Volk's going to do here if he's not careful. Going for negative cover. And he looks like he's just made it. Oh, and I need to be careful. These mines seem to be everywhere. There's a mine there still. Mine on the right side. Might even be a mine on the right side as well. There's one on the left and centre. Luke's doing a nice little push here. Going to hurt this rifleman squad. The Sherman, I believe, might react, or he's going to stay in position right now. Stern Pioneers need to be upgraded with the support package to do improved repair, and then allows the cutting of wire and the minesweeper. Pretty well here. We're getting in a bit of a dodgy position, but actually, he's going to be able to fight off this guy very easily. Nice shot. Faust coming in. This is the worst nightmare for any thing. However, he very quick on that micro, used the smoke barrage. However, he is firing round is happening right now. Just missed on the firing ground. He's desperate. He wants it. He wants the blood. He's gotten out of it. He's gotten out of it. He's trying to fix it. He's trying his best to target ground this. But Luke's, however, is causing mayhem. Gonna wipe the anti-tank gun. This Luke, and he's managed to got the critical. His crew got out and mended it critically. This thing is very close. However, the AT gun has gone down. Stern Pioneers in the center are going to have to get pushed back, but the Luke's is just causing a lot of mayhem. That Sherman is very close to dying. He's going to get the hell out of there. Very good. Very, very good little ambush there by the OKW player. However, very good in saving that with the quick smoke and the repair critical being used by the crew there. You don't see that very often. Just to get it out of there. He knew that Rikent therefore was seeking blood, and he managed to secure the point. This 3-star Vox Grenadier with is actually going to lose. That was actually a savage double wipe there. It's actually a savage triple kill there. That was a very, very, very savage kill. I wasn't surprised. The Vox Grenadier, in all honesty, stats should have beat this thing. But with the bar, and with only one bar, no, it's a double bar. No, Barnard Thompson. I'm surprised that one. It was just got very lucky on the negative cap and the hit points there. So as we see here, infantry support gun called into the field. Going to do some very good at killing these Americans. However, he's going to have to get the hell out of there because of the big American blob with a 50 calories pushing on that side. Luke's is just chilling over here. The Sherman is almost fixed. He hasn't picked Doctrine yet. I would go for Command Pump. Oh, he doesn't have it. He's gone Luftwaffe ground and that, so he hasn't got a tank in the works from the Doctrine choices. So he's going to have to play this very carefully. It looks like a Volks Grenadier was just wiped on the retreat, so that was not very good for Freddie. But it looks like Freddie is winning for the CPs though pretty nicely. As well as that, he's also getting these command points. I forgot the name of it. Victory points he's winning, but the command points he's also winning for Freddie by half a point ahead by the look of it. So he's going to be able to call in some of his heavier stuff more quicker. He is calling in his command post. I would whack it over here, put it on Schwer headquarters. A basic Sherman will struggle to pierce it without support. With the AT goal being remanned, that Luke needs to be careful now. This is getting to a very close game between two players of very equal skill, so we'll see how this works out in the later part of the game. This lieutenant is now on speed as it now goes to capture this point on the left side. OKW doing a counter-attack on the left side whilst the armor's just been moved over to the right side, which is very good. This Luke's going to walk into a wood of pain. Spots the Sherman. Yep, spots the Sherman. Sherman misses. The Luke's is going to get out of there without taking any damage, and the Sherman pulls back from the Luke's, which is quite surprising. However, the Schwer headquarters needs to be careful because that Sherman will ball rush it the minute he sees he's building it, especially if there's minesweepers nearby. And he just also he knows he needs a little bit more tank support, anti-tank support, so he is bringing up the Shrek on the Stern Pioneer into the anti-mine package, which is going to be very, very, very careful there. He's moved the Luke's all the way around, which should just be able to flank this pretty nicely. If you look on the right side, the fuel's going to be capped, and he needs to. However, it looks like Freddie needs to move quickly to re-secure either the left side, or secure the left side, or re-secure the right side. Schwer headquarters is being popped down, and he's got 96 fuel, so he's not too far away from a Jagdpanzer, which is what he needs against these units right now. He needs to be careful there isn't a rifle grenade put on there. AT gun gets a cheeky shot, and the Sherman's just going to happily sit there content because he doesn't need to do anything. It looks like the AT gun almost took it down. and if he's not careful, he's going to lose his looks. However, he's still causing mayhem, and he's using now the infantry to match the Americans' infantry right now. 2 Volksgrenadiers and a Sturm Pioneer is not enough. He needs to build more arm. He needs to put more infantry. But Luke's in as well. He's just going to go. He's going to rush a base rate by the look of it. Apart from Murray Kent, therefore, there's not much in the field to defend. He's going to lose the infantry support gun. He needs to pray to God the Americans can capture that, or that's going to be a pain in the arse later down the line. MG34 trying its best to deal damage to the armor, but it's not going to happen. And I'm going to fast forward a little bit here, but it looks like it's going to be GG game 1 to Brom here. However, Freddie has done a very good at trying to counter attack. I just feel like he's just been outmatched here. There's just too much American armor on the field, and you can't even beat. See, it wouldn't be a problem if he could beat the infantry, but he can't beat the infantry. His infantry's not violent enough. The Lukes is doing good, but with the Germans on the field, he can't sufficiently do enough. Schwer headquarters is being 2v1. The Lukes is going to try and get some support in there. Don't know why he's pulling back from the Lukes, but artillery support from the Major is going to be called in just for the extra damage on the Schwer headquarters. He's been very passive with these Shermans. These Shermans could easily destroy this thing. Where it looks like the Schwer headquarters goes down, that's going to be GG for Brom there. So GG for Freddie there, and Brom's going to take the game 1 victory. Recon is being called as well, so he is using his major abilities relatively well. And as we look here, the Schwer headquarters is only just a little bit alive. He could even just rush that and kill the Schwer headquarters, but he's not. He is one fuel away from being able to unlock a Jagdpanzer, the Jagdpanzer 4 Mark 70. This is a very beast of a tank, which is the same gun as the. This is a very good vehicle against all sorts of all armor in the game. It's got the same gun as a Panther. It says it's effective against light vehicles, armored vehicles, and defenses, but it's against all tanks. It's good against. The nice little mine thrown down, push the American back. The MG34, however, is going to get outflanked by the lieutenant. Fun fact: the next patch, it looks like riflemen will lose the smoke grenade. The lieutenant will keep it, but the riflemen are going to lose it. So that sort of maneuver is not going to happen much longer. So the American player is going to have to struggle versus the MGs a little bit more than usual. The Verkenwerfer did a nice little cheeky shot on the Sherman. The Schwer headquarters is still alive. God knows how, but it is. Serving up for he's serving up for the. Yeah, it's got his infantry up a little bit more. We have an infantry support gun, 2 Rickettens on the field, so he has that anti-tank against the American armor. But it looks like Brom's got 170 fuel, probably saving up for Jackson. Maybe, but it's not needed. I just go for a 3rd Sherman, which he's probably saving up for with the manpower. Oh, is he rich population cap? No, he's on 61, so you can afford another Sherman easy. It's only a 12 pop cap. And maybe a howitzer. A howitzer carriage would be very good. No, but he's popping on Jackson, which I don't understand. There's not much armor in the field. There's a possible Jagdpanzer coming on the field soon. But 2 Shermans should be easily enough. 3 Shermans should easily be enough to deal with that. Because the only problem is that Jackson's going to be very weak against the infantry. Although Sherman's going to be quite strong. They do have the 50 cals upgraded for both of them, I believe. I don't know. Yep, both of them have the 50 cals upgraded, so do that extra infantry. Doing the recon again to see where and what he has. He's going to see there's no armor, but there's a double Ricketten there on the field, so he now knows where those Rickettens are by using that ability. So he's not going to push. He's just going to keep the double. He's going to keep the triple cap underway. With the Jackson coming on the field as well, it's going to look very overwhelming for Brom's favour here. And it looks like he's going to wipe the 3-star Volksgrenadier. That looks like a GG. I'm going to fast forward. There's not much more to go now. He's going to wipe the. It looks like he's going to wipe the unit there. Nope. He's going to get the. Oh, he did. No, he didn't. But it looks like the riflemen are just going to push forward. I'm going to just keep on fast forwarding. The Luke's is going to do a little push. Get pushed back by the Jackson. There is just too much armor on the field to deal with for the OKW player. And he's a lot of units wiped. He just has nothing to counter. The Rickettens can't do anything against this much armor, and the amount of riflemen on the field as well. He's being confined to his base in the Schwer headquarters. He's being very well defended by the double Rickettens. That's his only hope. But less than 100 points less by that at the moment, so it's going to look like a GG very soon for Brom's favour. As we see here, last hurrah for Freddie. And he does do a surrender right there. At 63 points remaining. He did have a Panther coming on the field though, but that would have been enough to deal with this. He was just getting his units almost wiped. So very good. That was game 1, and I'll be back shortly for game number 2. I'll see you later, guys.